Hi guys, just a quick update before we get into this video. Upon editing this, we was going to do this a different way when originally doing it. We was going to do one long video. But we've realised the length of the video, so we will actually split this series up into 3 parts, which you will then see going forward in the rest of the Battle of the Bosses episodes. So, just a quick one in advance. If you have enjoyed this, please do hit that like button. Subscribe for more Football Manager content, more Premier League content, your Champions League content, everything you expect from us here down the wing. And come and head over to our individual channels as well. The links are down below. I have 2 channels there, Lowercase Tuner 45 and Lowercase Tuner 45 FM, which is your Football Manager videos. The first one being your regular videos. Elmo himself also has 2 channels, Elmo MCD and Elmo MCD Gaming as well. So go and check both of them out. Links are all down below. Please come follow us on Twitter and over on Twitch as well. And without further ado, let's get into this video. Hi guys, and welcome to a brand new series on the channel. You know myself as Tuner.
I'm Elmo.
And we're bringing you some Football Manager content. And what we're going to do in this series is, as you can see on your screen right now, we have a lovely little wheel spinning. You can see some of the teams on there. I'm going to spin this wheel. I'm going to pick a team for us, and we're both going to manage the exact same team throughout one full season of the game. And basically see who's the better manager. Clearly me.
Me.
So, are you excited for this?
I'm looking forward to it. It's, we've competed against each other, separate teams in the league. So, seeing who can do better with the same resources, it's going to be interesting.
We've got the exact same settings in game, exact same leagues, everything is going to be the same. So it is literally down to our decisions and look at the match engine. Who comes and who wins? So we find out who we're getting.
Yeah.
Is there any one of these teams you're particularly looking forward to?
I picked Boca. I think it'd be interesting us going all the way over there. I'm guessing you've not managed in that league ever, or if you have.
Many years ago. We're talking probably 5, 6 editions of
the
game back. I'm looking at teams like Salzburg. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Leipzig.
Yeah, Rangers.
No.
The Rangers are doing pretty well in real life, but are we?
So the 2 teams that I'm not wanting to do is Leeds and Rangers, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Oh, we're about to find out. Let's go and spin that wheel. Different program.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I don't think that we don't get copyrighted for that. Oh, is it going to tick over? There we go. We are going to be Leipzig.
See, now I'm going to be that team. I need to work out how you're supposed to say it, because I say it different every single time. So that's an interesting one.
That is, and I say one that you said you was looking forward to. A team that's lost probably their best player just before this game, Timo Werner. So we should have some funds to rebuild.
Should do.
So
it'll be interesting.
Let's go and set the game up and come back for the start of pre-season.
Yeah, exactly. So how do you want to start it off then?
So
you talk about your transfers, I talk about mine, and
yeah, and then we'll go through our squads. I haven't actually sold anyone yet, but we could talk about like plans for the squad, because we've still got like a month for the transfer window, haven't we? We're on the 12th of September, and the transfer window closes on the 5th of October. So yeah, almost a month still.
I don't even know where to see this shit. So yeah, sure.
So yeah, we can talk about any plans people we're trying to get rid of, potential incomings. If you want to spoil anything, if not, you can make me wait till the next part.
No, I mean I think these 2 players will be the only 2. There's one potential that I will try and get, but there's one position that I'm going to try and fill, but I don't know who that'll be yet. I'm still looking.
And then,
so yeah, I mean, we'll wing it. It might need some cutting, but we'll wing it.
Yeah. So we've got plenty we can talk about. If needs be, we'll just click through every screen and talk about what's on there.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm recording.
So I'm guessing I'm not showing you my screen, am I?
No. So
Yeah,
we don't actually
fine.
see each other's screens. I did think about that, but then I couldn't figure out how it's going to work. Well, I could. I'd have to change, obviously, camera sizings and everything on.
We could do it, but it'd be through a different app. So we'd have the cameras on one and then share the screen via something else.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you want to see anything, we can just share screens after anyway, if it needs be.
Yeah. Yeah.
One thing.
But you'll see it when I send video over anyway.
Okay, so I'm taking part. I'm taking charge of training as well on mine.
I'm gonna do because and not because I want to cheat or anything like that, but it's something that I want to look into anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be watching some YouTube videos on training, so I will be taking control of it.
Yeah, that's one thing because I wanted to do on this year's game was really, try and figure out training and try and get it to work, because it does make a massive difference if you can do it yourself compared to your assistant.
I started fiddling about with it in the last year's one. But I mean, like, it's part of who's the better manager anyway, and it's part of the competition.
Yeah.
If I can do training better than you, even if I am Googling how to do the training, I'm not.
Well, I mean, I'm Googling it as well, so.
Exactly.
It's who finds the better guide.
Exactly. Right.
So I'm starting on my transfer history page. And I do like sort of a, not a proper intro, but a quick, right, so we're back at the first game of the season.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll take a look at the schedule, because we've both got different cup games, haven't we, to start with, but we've got the same league fixtures.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm ready when you're ready.
Right. I'll start recording them.
So we're back for the first game of the season now, and we're just going to take a look at the transfers we've made. So on screen right now, you can see that I brought in 4 players and spent 38 million, considering our transfer budget was only 16. It's not bad going. So the first player I brought in was Thierry Carrera, who is a right back or a left back. He can play either side. 3.4 million from Valencia, and a pretty decent player. He was more a backup sort of player for me. I identified the defensive line as a position I really needed to get some replacements in. I then also signed Stefan Radu, who could play left back or centre back, and he's pretty much my marquee signing. 4.6 million from Lazio, and he's a really fantastic little player. So I'm excited to manage him. One that we may know about, coming from the Premier League, I got Nelson Semedo, the right back, in on loan from Wolves. Season-long loan from him. I don't think I'm actually paying anything up front. I'm just paying his wages. In fact, I'm only paying 50% of his wages, which is even better.
Nice.
And then the final player I brought in was £30 million. James Tarkowski from Burnley has joined the club, but that is mostly spread over the next couple of seasons.
You like to spread your money, don't you?
I have done 3 instalments a year each of 6.66 million each. So he has
I never do that
much up front. And some people might see, as a bit of cheating because we're only doing a season, so it's not actually costing me that much. But the feature's there, so I'm using it.
I mean, yeah, you kind of did that on the stream that we did, Public vs Fish, didn't you? And
I did, but I went well over the top with them ones. They were like £200 million spread over.
Money.
So, I mean, I feel Tarkowski at 30 million is a pretty decent signing, to be honest with you. I mean, his value is 17 3/4. So I'm excited to manage him. I haven't actually sold anyone yet. I do look at selling people, but yeah, all of my signings have all been at the back. 2 that can play right back, 2 that can play left back, and 2 that can play centre back. So I very much strengthened at the back. I'm interested to see who you've brought in.
Okay, so obviously everyone down to Justin Kluivert was already done before we taken over. So I've kind of gone for a mixed bag. So I've kind of gone for a 20-year-old Matthias Pellegrini from I can't remember where I got him from now. Inter Miami.
Okay.
So he's an attacking midfielder left. I like to bring in some youngsters and try and see how they do. Whether he works out for me or not, that's we'll have to see. He's only he played in Argentina leagues, but and then he signed for Inter Miami, playing 19 games last season. I bought in Mitchell Weiser, a defender, a wing back right, and he can also be attacking midfielder out right as well. I got him from Bayer Leverkusen for 8.5 million. Seems to be playing quite a few games for them, just to strengthen back there. I got Zlatko Junazovic. Can't wait to be shouting his name out through the tape. That
sounds a fun one.
From Red Bull Salzburg, obviously they're like the parent club to us, aren't they? So, there's some link there. Just 1.5 million. He's a central midfielder. If you have a look at his history, so pretty much played in Austria or Germany most of his career. Was at Werder Bremen before going to Red Bull Salzburg. Played quite a few games for both teams, so a regular player with experience. He is... he's 32 years old, so just a bit of experience in Centre Park. And then I've got 2 free transfers. I started looking at some freebies, see what I could get. Again, going for some youngsters. So I've got Ricardo Lungi, who was available on free transfer. 20 years old, defender midfielder right. He also can be a wing back. And he previously was signed for Inter and Bologna. Didn't play any games for them, but again, he's a youngster. We'll see if we can develop him through the season, give him a few chances. We've also signed Maulik Dresen, beautiful German name. Valued at 91k, but got him on a free transfer. He was released by Mönchengladbach second team. Played 12 games for them last season. He's a striker and attacking right. Again, young kid, 20 years old. I like to try and develop some kids. I know we're here for just a season, but it's always good when you put that 19, 20-year-old kid in your team and scores a couple of goals for you, whether it's in the cups or what.
Well, obviously, doesn't
and that's it
for a season, so they come in and they're looking to make an impact for the future. So it could be a smart move.
Yeah, and at the end of the season, I might enjoy it and just play it on my own.
Yeah, that is very true. We do have that potential option there.
I am in the process of trying to sign Randy Nteka. 22 years old. He's valued at 1 million, but I'm trying to buy him for 6 million. Again, my scout said that he's a decent player, so I'm kind of going off them. Currently playing in Spain for Fuenlabrada. Beautiful.
Everyone knows
Spanish
them. Massive Spanish team, them ones.
Exactly. And then we're also trying to bring in Kevin Gamero.
You see, that's a player
33 years old. Yeah, 33 years old. Striker from Valencia. Just to have that experience up front. Played at quite a few big teams. Played at PSG for a bit. Sevilla, Atletico Madrid, and now at Valencia. So again, just a bit of experience. Somebody who's been there, done that. And potentially going out, I've got the keeper, Galaxy, to Real Madrid for 15 million going up to 17.5 million.
That's not bad for a 30-year-old goalkeeper, to be honest. So,
I mean, when Real Madrid come, you just try and put the money up a bit, don't you?
yeah, I mean, I've got a couple of players that I'm looking to get rid of. One's Yusuf Poulsen, the 26-year-old striker. I've got Borussia Dortmund interested in him. And Lucas Klosterman, 24-year-old right back. He's wanted by Newcastle. And I've just got better options than them two positions. So they're people I'm going to look at moving on. Not much interest at the moment, but I'm perhaps asking a bit too much money for them. Before we started recording, I criticised Leipzig signing Sorloth, for being pretty much a failure in England, and then I'm going to try and sign a player that's been relegated twice from the Premier League, but he's currently tearing it up in real life. A player that I like a lot, Adama Traore from Wolves. I'm trying so hard to get him to join the club. I mean, he fascinates me. He's one of my favourite players. So I'm trying to get him in, and it might rely on them sales. I do have people like Sabitzer who are wanted by Dortmund and Atletico Madrid, and obviously Glasky is also wanted by Real Madrid on mine. Two players I don't really want to sell because I haven't really got players in mind to bring them in. I mean, maybe Sabitzer could be, a swap for Traore, but he's pretty versatile, so I don't want to get rid of him where possible. But it has left me with a pretty big squad, so I do need to trim some down, definitely.
See, I think that's one of the issues that I usually have anyway. I usually do have a big squad, and then I just have a lot of players constantly moaning that they're not getting enough game time. So I'm kind of used to having a big squad. When it comes to Sabitzer, just like you, I've had my teams coming in for him, but he's played well for me in the friendlies, so I kind of don't want to let him go. He's looking good for me. Do you want to talk about the friendlies, what you've had?
Yeah, I think if we jump over to the schedule page and take a look. So the league fixtures are set. Obviously, the Bundesliga is a licensed league, so the league fixtures are exactly how they are in real life. We have the exact same league fixtures throughout the entire season. In terms of friendlies, I haven't added any. I went with what was given to me.
Yep, same.
So I played Leipzig second 11 in my first one, which was a 4-1 victory. But again, that's just really to get to know the team. The first real friendly I had was against Wiesbaden, I believe is how you pronounce it, and I won 4-0. 2 from Sorloth,
nice.
Kluivert and Dani Olmo. I then played Hanover 96, a 5-1 victory there, hat-trick from Poulsen, Adams and then Nkunku scoring. Well, 1-1 draw with Darmstadt. Kluivert scoring in that one. That one was very disappointing. I know I rotated the squad a lot for that to see the rest of the team, but still shouldn't be drawing against them. Before a 3-2 victory over Celta Vigo with Nkunku, Forsberg and Chan scoring for that one. So they were just my friendlies. Unbeaten, which is nice. So did you play the same teams? Or
That's always good. So No, different teams. So RB Leipzig, second 11, 4-3 in that game. Poulsen scoring all 4 goals for the first team.
Nice.
The first 11. Also played Wiesbaden. Sorloth scoring the only goal in there when we won 1-0. We also played Levante. We beat Levante 3-1. Nkunku, Poulsen and He-Chan scoring all them goals. We lost 2-1 to Nuremberg. Sabitzer scoring the goal there. Fantastic goal as well. We had a friendly against West Ham. We beat them 3-0. Again, Sorloth, Poulsen and Sabitzer scoring there. And we had a friendly against Espanyol. And we drew 1-1. Olmo getting the only goal for us there. So 4 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss. So that's not too bad. Again, Soloff, the guy
scorers.
that you kind of slugged off,
Yeah.
scoring goals. Paulson scoring me some goals. And Sabitzer scoring the goals.
Yeah, so a lot of people scoring the same, whereas both
So,
scoring a similar amount.
Yeah. My cup game is against Ingolstadt 04.
And I'm playing KSC, which is apparently Karlsruhe SC, who are in the Bundesliga 2 division.
Okay.
So that should be interesting. I don't know anything about them. It should be comfortable. Say should. Obviously, we haven't got the Champions League draws yet. When do we find that out? We're still in the qualifying rounds there, so we still have a fair bit of time.
Yeah.
Have a look, see if it tells us. The 1st of October is our draw date, so we still have a couple of weeks before we find out our Champions League groups. Which obviously we'll jump over. The plan for the next part of this video is to come back at the end of the January transfer window, see who else we've signed, update on cups and league. We've both decided that we're going to take charge of training this time out, which is something we don't particularly normally do. But so we're doing a battle of the bosses, so it's sort of really the only fair way to really see who's better.
Yeah.
How confident are you after hearing both teams' signings?
I'm pretty confident. I'm using a tactic that I kind of used on a couple of the saves as well. One on 21 and one on 20. So I'm kind of confident on that, but obviously it varies from team to team. I'm not saying it's a great tactic, but the team's pretty young, and I usually try and play a lot of young players. Looking at the oldest in my last starting 11, which was obviously the keeper at 30 years old, but the oldest out player was 26 years old, with the youngest being 21. So it's quite a young team. I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting. And obviously we've got Football Manager either on our side or against us as well.
Yeah, that's very true. See how much we actually get FM'd.
Yeah.
So you touched on tactics. I'm actually going with... I use one of the preset ones, but then I've changed the instructions myself.
Yeah.
So I'm playing a 4-2-3-1 formation this season.
Okay.
Well, that's the plans. We'll see how long that lasts once results start going against me. And I tried to chop and change, which is something I've done a lot this year's game. Is normally in the past I'd try and stick through a tactic, but in saves that I have going off, as soon as things start to go wrong in a couple of games, then I'm instantly right. I'm changing this up now, and that's something I'm trying to do a lot more. Instead of being criticised by the fans in the game.
See, I take that criticism. I usually get 2, maybe 3 formations for tactics, and I usually stick with one. And we could go on a 3-game loss, and I still might stick with that tactic. I do kind of have like a big game tactic. So if I'm playing one of the big games, it's a big Champions League game or a big league game, or maybe even just a cup game, I will have one that's a bit more defensive, a bit more trying to restrict the goals going in, and then I have my normal one, and then just one just to try and play about with a few different positions and that. So I'm starting with the 4-3-1-2 at the moment.
Okay.
But again, that might change. I mean, the friendlies don't really mean much at the moment, do they? So I think we'll see how we go in the first 5 games. I'll try this tactic, and depending on the players that I've got, I might move them about a bit. And just it's tough, isn't it? Because you're trying to, when you take over a new team, you're trying to take over. You're trying to see which tactic works, but you're also still trying to figure out your perfect team.
Yep, and obviously one of the aims of this series is we're managing teams that we wouldn't normally manage either. Obviously, we've got Liverpool and Man United on the wheel, but that was purely out of personal interest. So it is seeing how well we get to grips with the teams that we get. I mean, I'm just looking
I've
at
never
the
actually managed in
fixtures.
Bundesliga either.
I don't think I ever have. I mean, we don't play Bayern until the start of December. So hopefully, it gives us a chance to get some points on the board. So one thing I do just want to take a look at is the season preview in the Bundesliga and see where we're both expected to finish. So I'm currently predicted to finish third by the media, 20-1, just behind Dortmund and Bayern.
Oh, so they've got no faith in me at all. So I'm fifth, 25-1. Bayern, Dortmund, Hertha, and Bayer Leverkusen.
Okay, so Hertha and Bayer are the two that are just below me. They're both 25-1 as well. So not a massive difference in the odds, but
no. So all three of us are on 25-1. So I guess like third, fourth, fifth joint.
Yeah. I haven't got a single player in the Media Dream 11. They're all Bayern and Borussia. It's fair enough.
Yeah.
Just yellow and red everywhere there. So.
Yeah.
I mean, not really surprise, is it? So.
No, it's all Bayern, and then there's two Dortmund, and then Neuer.
So I've got 3 Dortmund in there. I've got Hummels, Guerrero, and Witzel make it into our Dream 11 apparently.
Yeah. No, it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it though. I don't know. It's kind of like the underdogs. I like being the underdog. I usually take a team from as lower league as possible and try and take them up. So I like the challenge and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really interested to see who we're going to get in Champions League group stages, because I believe Leipzig are third seeds in their group. Well, year, if we taking it on real life. Obviously, not the same teams will make it through, but.
Well, in real life, they pulled out Man United, Istanbul, and PSG.
Yeah, I'd rather avoid a group like that where possible.
Yeah, so but they're the kind of fixtures that you could be getting. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to start it.
Yeah,
Can I start it now?
We can start as soon as we want to now. So yeah, so the next update will be at the end of the January transfer window. We'll come back, look at any signings we've done. We'll go through our league fixtures and where we stand in the league, cup fixtures, the DFB Pokal, and then we'll take a look at the Champions League. And I mean, one of us might have been sacked at that point.
Yeah,
it's very possible. So we do
have
we are
doing
system set up as well.
I was about to say that, yeah.
So the way the scoring system works is, obviously in the Bundesliga we have 18 teams. So if you finish first, you get 18 points. If you finish last, you get 1 point. If you get sacked and you're sat bottom, then you get minus 18 points. So it's flipped. And then we've got different points for depending on stages we get to in different competitions. But I think we'll come to that, at the end of the season. We'll do a proper breakdown because it changes depending on what league we're managing in. So we'll do like a graphic, put up each person's scores and things like that. But I'm really excited to get on with this. I've just seen I've got no notable criticism from the board, and I don't think I've ever made it this long into a save without them moaning about something. So I'm happy with that. I've got one positive, which is the finances on Semedo's loan deal. So that's quite nice. They like me.
I've got nothing.
I mean, I suppose that's a positive as well. It's better to have nothing than negatives, so.
Yeah, they're happy with the transfers so far. So, as long as they're happy, the fans are happy as well.
Yep.